Welcome back to Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. I am your host, Alberta Thomas, and we're back with another one. So, I want to really deep dive into some things that I kind of been thinking about, but didn't know exactly how to form my words so it could come off a certain type of way, how to really dive into some of the pressing things that has been on my heart recently and making sure that I hit on things that are important to what's going on around us, right? So before I kind of deep dive into those things, one thing I want to call out that I am super happy about is we all know it's Black History Month, right? In the eyes of me being a Black woman, it's Black History Month every day. But it is nothing more rewarding than leaning in to Black business owners or Black people just a little bit more in February. Whether that's you learning, educating yourself on the culture, whether that is you connecting with more Black people, probably supporting Black owned businesses, whatever it is that you need to do, get in where you fit in, right? In so many words. So I'm excited about it being Black History Month. Like I stated earlier, every day is Black History Month. But I am doing something a little different this go around and being very, 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 very intentional about how I spend my money, and it's not just for February. It's something I've been starting to be more aware of and being very much so mindful of how I choose to spend my finance. I work hard every single day. So where do I spend all of that hard earned working money? How do I spend it? And does it make sense of where I am spending it at? Right. And so, something that I am doing that I'm so happy about, so I have it posted all on my social media. So, if you have not seen it, I highly encourage you go to any of my social media page, look it up, and get in where you can fit in, okay? I am supporting one Black owned business every single day for the month of February, okay? And people will say, and some have said, man, Alberta, that is super aggressive, right? Every day you're going to support one every day. I mean, in my mind, for me, I go to Starbucks every day just about and get a cup of coffee. So why can't I allocate those funds someplace else? Especially new businesses or businesses locally for the Black community. That's something that I'm really tapping into and I'm excited about. So, not only do I want to spread the love, spread the support of my community, I also am taking this one very, very serious. And I have a very strong commitment to myself in my heart of how I am going to proceed in my life moving forward. So, me committing to my culture of people every single day is a commitment that I'm making to myself. And it's going to be challenging, but whatever I can do, it's important to support that Black business for that day. And I already supported three I'm excited about. I supported a Black owned business here in Portland. She has her own vegan hair and body butters, oils, soaps, whatever you want to call it, all the good things. So I supported that business, and I'll drop the link in the description below so you guys can have it. So definitely go and shop with her. I also love and adore these candles by Tay. Oh my God. I was gifted some a couple of months ago, maybe about a year ago, and their flavors smell so good and it lasts a really long time. And so I enjoy that. And then Someone also sent me some black owned business for coffee because I love coffee. I have cut back since I've been on this fitness journey. However, I do tend to want a coffee every other day or something like that. So I supported a black owned business for coffee, and I'll make sure I drop that below. And I was very intentional about the businesses that I'm supporting. So I'm reading, I'm learning about your business. I want to make sure it's things that I can use and that's going to be impactful for me and in my life. And I just am so grateful and honored that we have people out here to be able to put their hard earned labor, and that's what this year theme for Black History is labor, but they put their passion and their souls into their businesses, right? And so I want to make sure they understand that I support you. I'm continuing to going to be here and we appreciate you. So that is what I'm doing. And that's a commitment that I've made to myself that's super aggressive. And I am excited to go through this journey and not only support, but learn and also understand how deep my level of commitment to myself and to my culture is. And so I was very intentional about this one too. On the segue of supporting Black businesses and being very intentional, something that really stood out to me the most was, where do I spend my money? Right? Y'all, I'm not going to sit on here and act like I don't like to go to Target and walk around in Target with my Stanley cup or my coffee and probably not buy a whole bunch of things, but I am going to look for some Tabitha Brown or something Black owned in Target. But I adore walking in Target all the time. And so, in the midst of that, again, where do I spend my money? How do I spend it? Am I walking around in Target spending $400 every blue moon or say once a month? Yeah, probably so. Are the things that I'm walking around spending my money for things that I actually need instead of want? So it's just me buckling down just a little bit more of spending. But don't get me wrong, I think it's important to pamper yourself, to take care of yourself. But those things are carved out into my monthly bills. And I take that time very serious. But I'll talk about that too just a little bit. But I really feel that for me and where I'm at in my life and what I am currently going through from an emotional standpoint, from just me being in the moments and the nows, I have to be more smart about how I maneuver and how I do things in life. And so I feel like for me, being able to understand what my finances is going to be, how am I going to leverage it, what I need, what I don't need, is going to continue to help me navigate some of the things that I'm going through. And I would tell y'all, listen, it took me 2 weeks to want to have this conversation that I'm about to have. Couldn't find freaking words or how do I roll this out without being like raw or without being like, I told you so, or things of that nature. It took me a hot second to gather myself and my thoughts. And it's always been a thing that's constantly running in my mind. And so, again, something told me, like, hey, open your mouth. The words will come out and flow the way it needs to because you're guided by your tongue. You're guiding by God, by your energy, by your spirit, and you're gonna be okay. And so, with me doing my podcast for over the last 2 to 3 years now, something that I don't want to, turn a blind eye to, right? There is a lot of things that's going on. I'm not gonna sit here and act as if there isn't. There is a lot of things going on outside of work and life in general. It feels like there is a weight that is heavy over me. And it could be, if you're listening in, there probably are some heavy weights on you. depending on your story or where you are at life with everything, there is a weight that feels so heavy where sometimes it don't feel like I want to be able to lift my head up because the weight is heavy. I will tell you this, over the last couple of days, I've been having some very intentional meltdowns. Seriously, some really, really intense meltdowns. And one thing that I can appreciate the most about my friends, my family, and especially my partner, because he is learning how to support me when I don't know what support looks like for myself. And I say that because, when you do have a calling and you do have a purpose in life, sometimes that weight is so heavy and you just need that additional love, tender, and care to kind of keep you going. And he's been providing me that. He's been providing me spaces where I can just roar. Y'all literally like, "Ah." It doesn't sound like, it don't sound like roar. It sounds like, "Ah," where I can just let loose and he understands. And he's been giving me a lot of grace, a lot of patience as I navigate a weight that sometimes feel freaking heavy. And I don't know what I need sometimes. Sometimes I just need him to be quiet and just hug me, hold me for a little bit. I don't know. And sometimes it's, I need you to like roar with me, like give it to me, like give me some additional things, fuel me. And so it's been really good seeing him navigate those different times, which he's seen it before with me. But it's a beautiful thing when he's actually in it and he don't know when it's gonna come, because for me, I don't know either. And so I don't want to sit here and act like the world isn't heavy. Like things on your shoulder or my shoulder isn't heavy right now, right? What I don't want to happen is that in the midst of everything that's going on around us, it is super important that you make sure that you don't get distracted. And what I mean by that, you don't get distracted from what the mission is. Example, I love examples. If your mission is to make sure that everyone is getting treated equally, fairly, they feel included, they feel connected, that has to always be your mission. Sometimes it get a little gray. Sometimes it get a little hard. And trust, I understand. It gets hard, but this is the time where you cannot fold and you cannot get distracted. For me, I had a moment where I felt tired. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Rah, here go that rah, y'all. Rah, I'm just over it, right? But it's like, girl, what you over? You're not over a thing. Whatever you going through, you go and get that out real quick and you get back to work. That is what my inner self tell me. That is what my support system tells me all the time. So yeah, feel upset, feel angry, feel tired. Yeah, relax, go take rest, and you'll get up. That's what my sister tells me. I love her too. You take rest and you keep pushing forward. Whatever is meant for you is for you, and what's not for you, it will dissolve. And so I take those things very serious. And so don't get distracted by the noise. There's a lot of noise. Every day, all day, there is noise that's going on. And the one thing you have to make sure that you do is that you tune out the noise. Make sure you stay connected to the noise, but tune out the noise as much as possible, but don't get distracted. I'm telling you. And again, I don't know everyone's journey that listen to my podcast. I can only tell you what I've experienced and what I am going through that I refuse to not allow to happen. I refuse to get distracted. I refuse to let noise try to tamper with my spirit and my energy. I refuse. I am committed to my work. I'm committed to the processes. I'm committed to the passion and the love and the care that I give every single person that I touch. No matter what color your skin is, no matter what your belief system or what your values are, you're still going to get that love from me until you showcase otherwise, right? And so now is the time where you buckle up. You buckle down, you buckle up, and you lock in. You lock in with what your plan is. Do you even have a plan? Do you have a plan of what does the next couple of years looks like? I'm going to be honest. What does the next 6 months look like for you? Do you have a plan? Have you made some minor adjustments in your life? Have you made some changes in your routine on a daily basis? Have you set boundaries? Do you have a strategy? Who is in your circle? Are you surrounding yourself with planners, people of strategy? Are you surrounding yourself with community builders or just talkers? Really truly think about those things. And how do you put those practices into place? Man, what I adore the most about work is that work provides me the opportunity to practice my purpose. And when I say that, it's practicing how to be very structured, how to have plans, how to have processes, how to be a leader and not a follower, and how to manage and as much as possible and lead them in the right direction of which they're going. And that's me, a part of my life. That is a part of my life. That's who I am. And that's what I'm continuing to do. And that's how I know what my freaking mission and my purpose is. I know I have a powerful voice. I know my voice comes out very graceful, but I have a very stern voice where I mean business. I'm going to take care of me just like I'm going to take care of you. And as long as you're able to take care of yourself and you support the others and you care and you respect the people around you, there is nothing else I can ask for, right? So ask yourself, what do your circle look like? Do you have to go make some changes to your circle? Because maybe your circle is not what you need. Maybe your circle isn't going to provide you community. Maybe your circle is holding you back. Identify who's in your circle and what does that look like. And are you holding your circle back? Because that could be a thing too. Hmm. Let's say that. Are you holding your circle back? Could be a thing too. In the midst of the moments when I'm saying to you that don't get distracted, provide processes and structure, identify your circle, set proper boundaries, make sure you have a community that's ready to build. And so, in the midst of that, you may say, Alberta, what does that even look like? What do you mean? What steps? You can write your vision. You can make a plan. Do you have a business plan? Do you have life goals? Do you have career moves? If not, get the writing. Stop wishing. Audit your circle. Who's holding you accountable? Who's draining you? Who do you need to cut out of your dead weight? And that's real. Execute without overthinking. Man, that's for me. Okay. I wrote that down for myself. That is for me because I'm an overthinker and I want everything to be perfect. I want everything to look a certain type of way. I got a deadline, it needs to be hit. If you're moving too slow for me, I'm mad. If you're not moving too fast for me, it's like, okay, let me keep up. but I'm not mad. But stop overly thinking. Too many of us live in the planning mode, but never make freaking moves. You hear me? Too many of us live in the planning mode, but never move. Set a date, set a time, make adjustments, and make moves. And then it goes back to what I said earlier, right? And again, I'm speaking on my platform from my experience and what I've gone through. Keeping the money in the community. I'm a business owner of multiple businesses. Some of my business don't require me needing no money. Some of my business requires me giving you money. And I'm okay with that because as long as I can provide for myself, my community, because I work hard for my money, I'm going to do what I need to do to show up for my community and for my people. And so it goes back to making sure that you are circulating that dollar in the freaking community. And how are you going to take care of your people? And I'll tell you this. If you haven't gotten anything from what I just stated on this call, on this podcast, one thing I want you to remember is that February ain't just about looking back at history. It's about how you're going to keep the legacies, how you're going to create new histories, how you're going to go out here and fight for the history that you had before. How do you make sure that your kids, your great grandkids, how do you make sure your cousins, your aunts, everybody else know what their legacy and what their history is? No one history should be washed away. At the end of the day, whether it's good history, bad history, you need to freaking know. One of my counterparts right now is doing an amazing thing that I look forward to every single day. I learn something every single day about someone who worked in labor that is African American and have been working and build things that I didn't even know. And so every day I'm constantly still learning about my own community, about me, about what my ancestor, what my culture of people have done. Yes, I know my culture of people. I know the certain things, but when I can get just a little bit more to keep me going, just a little bit more so I can share with somebody else, that's how you keep legacy going. But one thing you can't do is move fearfully and not protect your community. Okay? And so I wanted to make sure that, again, for me and my experiences, that it's important to be powerful in your individuality and who you are. It is very important to make sure you're being very intentional and that you are out here having real conversations. One thing you can ask anybody about me, Alberta will tell you the truth, but Alberta will also love on you. Alberta asks for you to provide her with the truth, but Alberta will also want you to love on her just as hard. And it goes hand in hand. You're no better than me. I'm no better than you. But keep it powerful, be very intentional, and be real about where you at in life and how you plan to move forward. I know about DEI, EDI, whichever you want to call it. I know how important it is. I know the focuses, I know the executions, but one thing I want us to make sure of, even when life is still going, you cannot get distracted and you got to make sure you're setting clear expectations and you have actionable steps that you're going to take during this time. And if you need community, this podcast right here, The community that I built with only a few people, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay because I am slowly latching on to people who gets it and who understands. If you need me, and I'm saying this for everyone. It don't just have to be for my African American people. If you need me, if you want to learn, if you need me, if you need a community, if you need something, at the end of the day, I still care for you. Just like I hope you will still care for me. And so don't take these things lightly. And so I can talk about this stuff all day long and do a spin off DEI, EDI, whatever you want to call it. I just got so many things that's on my chest and on my heart and in my mind that I want to be able to navigate, but I have to make sure that I navigate it the correct way and that I know I on this platform that I have built that I'm able to have this space for people who are willing and wanting to join the space. And so, thank you for listening and tuning in with me tonight. I am excited about the mission and the direction of where I am continuing to go. I am excited for the milestones. I'm excited for the roadblocks. I'm excited for all the things that are fuming and that is going on because it's only going to make me stronger. And it's also going to make sure I am not getting distracted. And so, thank you for listening. Thanks everyone for all the support that you guys continue to give me. Thank you for listening. I hope you're getting one or two little nuggets. I am trying to become more consistent with these things, but like I stated, man, when everything is heavy, sometimes you gotta rest and you gotta pause for a moment and be able to come back. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share. I am on every single platform. I have my podcast now housed on YouTube, so you can find me there. Corporate Classy Podcast. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Listen, LinkedIn, whatever you need me, I am there so you can find me. So don't forget to share that I am supporting Black-owned businesses for the month of February. I'll drop the 3 that I'm supporting below so you guys can also check them out. Really good stuff. I love them. And make sure that you don't just support within the now, that you start looking at how you do life and be very intentional with your spending. So, thank you for tuning in to Corporate Classy, but please come correct podcast. Until next time, peace.